We changed our panel up a little bit here, and I'd like to welcome all of you to talk about your role in the things that are taking place in the school. So my role is to be looking at the curriculum and to be looking at what's taking place in the schools and how the students are having cultural experiences and cultural learning and growing their identity within all the schools. And I really feel good about what our students get when they come here. So Karonhianonhnha, I worked with you a little bit too, and as a GVC leader, maybe you can introduce yourself and talk about what you're doing here between the schools and helping out staff and students.
Okay, Karonhianonhnha. I was previously a grade 2 and grade 3 teacher, and this year I took on a new role as a GVC representative or leader, I guess. GVC is Guaranteed Viable Curriculum.
So in your role as GVC leader here at Karonhianonhnha, you're not working in isolation, right? You also get to work and collaborate with the GVC leaders from other schools too.
Yeah, there are 3 of us. There's a representative from each school. So we have a rep from Cadbury, a rep from Karonhianonhnha Survival School, and I represent Karonhianonhnha. We're working to create a curriculum that is specific, that meets the specific needs for each school. The GVC is a network that works within the FNEC. So we also are in communication with other Native reserves. I know we talk a lot in acronyms, and an ELO is an essential learning outcome. So what it is the foundation. It's building the foundations to what we want the kids, the students to know as they leave each level. We look at our curriculum. It's considered a backwards design where we're looking at the big picture first. And the ELOs, which are the essential learning outcomes, are the building blocks to get us to the big picture.
Yeah, that sounds like it's really supporting the teachers and get to really see the outcomes in each classroom at each level. And next we'll have Robin, and you can talk a little bit about the history of Karonhianonhnha and talking about how teachers are being supportive to continue in their language learning.
Okay, Nyawagoa. 15 years ago, Karonhianonhnha and specifically Karonhianonhnha School was really in the midst of having an immersion and having an immersion school with first language speakers. It was very, very fortunate that this school was able to have that, and to all the students who came through the doors at that time were really blessed to have had that experience. And through that time, the Karonhianonhnha Education Center realized that there was many needs in terms of supporting an immersion school, and with that, that was obviously with professional development. Because we had an older teaching population at that time, there was training and certification that was required, and all in all, people did a tremendous job. But as we were able to see and identify, was that with this population, there was that need to continue our immersion program, but we were in decline of our first language speakers through time. Fortunately, at the same time, we had the development of the Karonhianonhnha program, which was a collaboration with the Cultural Center. And because of the Karonhianonhnha program, the Karonhianonhnha School and our other schools as well were really fortunate to have had sometimes previous students who had come through Karonhianonhnha School, and they were at that time now wanting to give back to the community, give back to our schools. And what happened is that they have come back. Today we do have our staff here at Karonhianonhnha School. Many of them are graduates from the Karonhianonhnha program. And what we have seen is that in collaboration with the Cultural Center, we've been able to provide a lot of ongoing supports to them. The staff have identified that, when they do come in, they'll say, I do want to increase my fluency. Once we're in there, I do want to improve. I do want to, ensure that, my language I maintain, because at times, which is great, what we're seeing in Kahnawake is that our students, whether they're the young ones coming in, whether they're in the language nest, we have this big revival of language happening. Some of the staff may say, I need to, upgrade my fluency, and we've been really fortunate once again to work with the Cultural Center and say, we will do the oral proficiency assessments with them, the OPI. And that way the teachers themselves are able to self-monitor, say, okay, this is the level I'm at, this is what I want to do to improve. But it's really hard for teachers, for Karonhianonhnha speakers, to say, where can I do that? How can I do that? Every day you're in the classroom, and finding supports for them has been challenging, but at this point in time, I have to say that I really truly believe we're in a great place, because it's the community as well, and other organizations, other sister communities who are starting to partner with us to say, we will support you. And the other areas, we've been fortunate, we've got Daruni, who has connections outside with other sister communities, and with some partnerships. We now will have continued partnerships with Karonhianonhnha. So I really want to say that I'm really proud of Karonhianonhnha School and the Kahnawake Education Center, and all of the employees who have worked so hard to ensure that the language continues. I'd like to thank the community who has really supported us as well, like the Karonhianonhnha's program, the Cultural Center, the Language Nest. There's so many places that have supported us, and we're feeling that support now, and we're, as the school themselves, going to be doing so many things to ensure that it continues. So I'd like to thank the staff who've really worked hard.
At the end here we have Trina and Zawi, and you ladies both sit on the combined school committee, and would you ladies like to share a little bit about the work that you're doing in supporting Karonhianonhnha?
I feel honored to be sitting as a school rep. All of my children have one has attended, graduated, one graduating, two still here, no more after that. I attended myself, and I always felt like it was home to me. My grandmother worked in the curriculum center, so I was always back there. I always saw all the work they were doing, all the illustrating, all the, she brought her work home, so I was able to see everything before the process, and it was really an eye-opener back then, and as the same now, to see the work getting done and the way everybody pulls together and gets all these things for the children. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I'll go. My son's going to be graduating too this year. Actually, all three of us have students here. Our kids are here in grade 6, just finishing off, and I was looking at my son and thinking about and knowing that he feels ready and he's excited to go on to KSS, and I know he has the tools to get there, and he's been with Gaherda for the past 2 years. He's very proficient second language speaker, and he who also is excelling in the English program with Gaherda, and talking with his French teacher, he's doing really well too. So there's all the supports we heard about, and I've seen it as a parent, and I see it in my kids, and they really enjoy it, and they're happy to come here, and I'm happy sending them. And me too, I'd like to say nyawa to the teachers and the staff.
The school's doing a wonderful job when your daughter refuses to miss a day of school ever.
Yeah.
And it'll also be my last year at Karonhianonhnha. My daughter's graduating, and she also had Gaherda and is definitely excited and prepared for grade 7 at KSS. So I'm really proud of all the knowledge she's gained, and look forward to KSS next year.
Yeah.
A proud moment of Karonhianonhnha is very intergenerational. So my father taught here, I teach here, and now I have my daughter as an assistant here as well.
Nyawa Goa. So I hope everybody got to a good overview of what's happening in the schools and all the good things, and they get to see the smiling faces of all our students here at Karonhianonhnha. Nyawa Goa.
Yeah.